someone dies in the grip of a powerful rage, a podcast is born. With Horror Hole, I'm Wyatt, who is here with me today as always.
And I'm Kaya Cody Briscoe.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
We're here we return to the Ju-on series with the second movie. That's also kind of the first movie.
Kind
again.
of the third one too. Also, if you
yeah, that's true. Because there was the two Ju-on the Curse movies, which are both V cinemas. We already talked about the first one. This one is a theatrical movie, Ju-on the Grudge.
Correct.
And this is the more famous one. And I wanted to at least do these two because I feel like they're kind of the more well-regarded ones. Personally, I've not actually seen the second Ju-on, like either Curse or Grudge, either the V Cinema or the theatrical version. I've only seen The Grudge 2. I've seen the first 3 Grudge movies, because they were the hotness when I was into horror movies as a kid. So I have a lot of nostalgia for like the first Grudge movie, and by proxy this movie because it's loosely adapted, or not even that loosely. It's like pretty decently adapted into, The Grudge. But we're not talking about that version. We're talking about the original Japanese version and all of its goodness. Cody, what's that?
I'm looking at all the Ju-on things that there are, and there's like way more than I even fucking realized.
100 million. I kind of feel bad for the lady who plays Kayako. The thing is, like, I know people who like, I play a movie monster. They take a lot of pride in it. I just wonder about her because she never gets to like speak or do anything. She just is like a creepy, freaky ghost. So maybe she takes a lot of pride in that. But
I don't think she's played her in everything, but she's played her in most of them. She's like the Kane Hodder, where she's she's the best Kayako, but she isn't in all of them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I do wonder. I know with Toshio, obviously they have to get
it
different.
Would be very
kids
funny if they did.
Yeah, 25-year-old guy pretending to be him. But yeah, so you have any history with this movie? I mean, we may have talked about our history with the series in general in our previous episode, but
Well, I have seen, looking at the list, because our friend Heather put a bunch of them on like a couple years ago, so I've seen the first V Cinema and this, and then we watched something called Ju-on Black Ghost and Ju-on White Ghost, which was the 10th anniversary movie, which I don't remember being good. But then we also watched, there's I think it's like a Netflix show, or maybe not made for Netflix, but there was like a TV series based off of it, and that was very good. That's probably my favorite thing of the Ju-on that I've seen.
Yeah. And was it like an adaptation of like the concept of Ju-on, or did they try to bring in? Did they tie it directly to the story of like the Saeki household and all that?
The household does come into play, but it is mostly like its own thing, like with original characters and stuff. I just remember it having just the fucking tone of it like felt perfect for this franchise.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you mentioned that some of them are pretty bad. That's kind of my fear of why I never really wanted to go out of my way to watch like some of the sequel movies and things like that. It's just, this really does feel like it got milked to hell and back. And I know Takashi Shimizu, who is the director of the original movies, I believe he's looking at Wikipedia, it looks like the last one he directed was, he did direct the American and Japanese versions. So he directed The Grudge and The Grudge 2. Did not do Grudge 3. I can fucking barely remember. I think The Grudge 2 takes place in like a hospital. But I could be wrong about that.
No clue.
It's kind of like Halloween 2. Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's weird that he's tied so heavily to these. He has done other horror movies. I know Maribito, and what's the other one that he
Well,
did around this time?
I,
Yeah,
I
he's done other you know, horror stuff around this time. He's not, but he is kind of like in my head, sort of lumped in as the Ju-on guy.
mhm.
Um, but it
Well,
definitely like got, I don't know, whatever company owns the franchise like took it from him, and
mhm.
went off and did like 45 other fucking stupid spin-offs. So
Does
what are you gonna do?
I'm curious, because you've seen the remakes, and I was thinking this when I was watching Ju-on. I was like, when they remade it, did they keep the structure of it, like the nonlinear segments? Like, do they do that in the Sarah Michelle Gellar one?
I honestly, I don't think so. Um, I think it's entirely possible that they do, and I just couldn't. I was just too young. Was like these movies came like this first one came out when I was 8,
Yeah,
so that's when I watched it, and then same thing with like the second one. I watched it, the
mhm.
next year or like 2 years later or whatever.
I remember my
Um,
parents not letting me want to like not like telling outright telling me seeing like when the trailers were on TV, being like, yeah, you can't go see that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
which is weird because it's not like a super violent movie. It's not like, I mean, it has dark themes, obviously, just because the idea of like a. I mean, this is not as. It doesn't have as gruesome of a moment as depicting the actual backstory and some of those things like the V Cinema does, but
Yeah,
it's still all implied. Um, but
just to.
I think it is just like one of those things where it is just a very creepy movie. So it
Mhm.
makes sense that your parents would be like, this would probably freak this kid out. Like it would probably like fuck him up for a long
Mhm.
time. I know because I was really like just the Grudge. That was enough to like leave serious psychological scars on me for years after that point. Um,
I might actually watch it when we finish recording. I'm curious now.
yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that that's it's definitely the inferior movie
Well, yeah,
between these two.
I don't
I'll
doubt
say,
it.
but I am kind of, yeah, I'm kind of curious of revisiting the English because I did
Oh my
like a
god.
few years ago when I rewatched what
I
happened.
just remembered. I fucking watched this movie dubbed, Wyatt. Uh,
Oh, okay.
and it was a weird fucking dub because everybody, it sounded like they were people doing British accents. It didn't sound like British
Hmm,
actors. It sounded like people doing accents, and it was
that's
like
weird.
literally one of the detectives like sounded like fucking Guru Larry. I swear to God,
Right.
it was
Wow.
ridiculous.
Commenting, you find him in the comment section on random YouTube videos, like, oh, that guy's here.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, it's almost like he has nothing better to do.
yeah.
Sorry.
but
Oh, somebody's gonna clip that.
but no, I had the DVD, so I
Mhm.
watched it in Japanese. The subs were kind of janky, and I do there were some moments where there were just like Japanese text on screen that they just didn't even bother
Yeah.
translating. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck that says.
Mhm.
I can kind of kind of assume that this poster of like three girls' faces is like a missing poster,
Yeah.
but I don't know for sure because the text isn't translated,
But, but for a second,
etc.
you're like, hang on, does that have to do with all the pictures, like the class pictures that were in the hallway in the last scene?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I will admit, I was revisiting this. I was a little confused for like a couple of the segments, but by the end of it, I got the full
Yeah,
picture.
we talked about it, or I brought it up a bit in the when we did when we did the original movie, and
Mhm.
then when we did, why the fuck is the name leaving me? Weapons, because
Yeah,
I saw some Japanese fans of Weapons compare it to Ju-on because
I was thinking about that. Hmm.
it has like this episodic structure to it, and it's kind of like non-linear. The way that it begins is like,
Sinners are in the house.
yeah, and then it's slowly like, all right, this happened. Let's go a little bit further in the past, and then see this person.
Hmm.
It kind of, there's a point where it skips ahead. A few
Yeah.
years, which is like that I could see being kind of confusing.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, like it had been a while since I watched the movie, so
Yeah,
it took me a second to
with
be like,
Rika.
oh yeah, that yeah with Izumi, who is the daughter of
Yes.
the detective
Yeah, like
guy who
the time dilation shit that happens. Like one of them
yeah.
it gets a vision from the future when they're in their house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of business going on. It's very it kind of makes sense because I was looking at some of the reviews from around the time when this movie came out from American reviewers. And I believe these reviews were before the remake had come out, and they were just like, "This is confusing and weird." So I don't know if you guys should watch this. And then you like scroll down, and Wikipedia says, "Well, now it's considered one of the best J horror movies of all time."
Mm-hmm.
I think like yeah, people just I don't know.
I
They
don't
had
know.
a harder time. I don't know. Like it is. I'm not gonna say it isn't a difficult movie in some respects, but it really isn't that hard to comprehend, and it is mostly just like vibes based. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a bunch of fucked up, scary things happening. In a
Yeah,
row.
it definitely is like scary. Like even I was watching this like in broad daylight, and I was still like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was scary. Like yeah, I mean, I just made the noise right now saying, just that
Mm.
fucking,
Yeah.
yeah,
The
just that
for
simple
me,
thing.
like I was just watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's night when we're recording, so watching it with all the lights turned off and everything, and it was definitely on edge. But then there's a lot of snowing and blizzards happening here in fucking New
Mm-hmm.
York. So I didn't realize that like the snowfall had like really picked up and the wind was whipping. So I heard like something scraping against
Oh
my
Jesus!
window and like a groaning noise of the house creaking, and I like fucking jumped out of
Would
my
have shat my fucking pants.
chair
Oh
and
my
like
god.
looked behind me, where the noise came from, and then I like opened up the window and saw that it was snowing outside. I was like, okay,
You
it was literally just the wind.
you ran and you got in your bed and you put your covers over you and you
And then a giant, a mound formed, in my bed. So many great scenes of like, just like so
like
much great imagery.
yeah, very simple practical imagery, but it's just like really haunting. Um, also a lot of imagery that is right for parody because I'm looking at my
Mm-hmm.
notes on the first chapter for Rika. That's like a lot of the parody from Scary Movie 4 is in that moment.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like she goes to visit the old lady and she gives her the sponge bath. Of course, in Scary Movie, she's using the bedpan without realizing to get
Right.
the sponge bath. Um, yeah, just the this movie is just hanging around in this fucking house,
Yeah.
and there's nothing visually off-putting about the house. Just you just know that
Mm-hmm.
something is fucking wrong,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I think like if I had to go against any kind of if I had to be in any horror universe, this is like the
Mm-hmm.
last one I'd want because there's nothing you could
Yeah.
do once you're in that house. You're fucked.
Yeah. That's the thing. I was even think it's like because with a lot of horror movies and horror adjacent things, people cling on to religion to protect them from the horrors. I mentioned The Exorcist. That's a big one where like, oh, faith plays a big part in the protection against this demon. But with this, like, there's specifically a point where a little, they have like a Buddhist shrine in the house, and then when the girl like backs up against it, the hands come out of the shrine and
Hmm.
attack her. So it's like even that little like religious shrine, like no, that doesn't help. So like
Hmm.
a Buddhist priest, they couldn't exorcise the fucking demons out of this, and I don't know. There's something that is like, yeah, that's so horrifying and
What
also
was it?
like
What was it they tried in
really
the last
depressing.
one? They like had like some like special sake that like they had to spit around the property or something like that. Do you remember what it
There
was?
was a lady who had like you know, she was like, all right, I know what's up. Like, she wasn't like literally a psychic. I don't think it's not like Ring, where people I just have psychic powers, by the way. Um, but but just the idea of like, oh, somebody who is a little bit more of a medium, like can like tap into the spirit world, is like, this place is fucked up. So if you drink sake and it tastes bad, then you know that you're cursed.
That's right.
And if you drink it and it tastes fine, then you know that you're not cursed. So like, there's like a moment where she's drinking it just to make sure that she's not cursed. And yeah, that's like,
I don't know. I remember it as being like a protective thing. Like that was her like exercising. It's been a while.
Yeah. But this, it's just so nihilistic too. The end of the movie where it's like the empty streets of Tokyo and all these missing posters all over the ground. It's just so like, man, this curse has really gotten out of control and fucked up a ton of people's lives.
Ruined. Yeah. And it's just spreading because like eventually like everybody's gonna know about this fucking house.
Yeah. And then in the idea of like, oh, coming in contact with like people that come in contact with other people who are related to the curse, I don't think it transfers. Yeah. Like it's just like, it just keeps getting worse and worse and spiraling out of control. It's kind of a perfect movie for this time period, that like Heisei era, you know, the dead decade or whatever the hell, like that like late 90s, early 2000s. Everybody was super depressed in Japan. Things were really fucked up over there. A lot of these J-horror movies kind of come out of that malaise and the, you know, the general sentiment of feeling like, of like that hope, or whatever. Yeah, and that hopelessness and all of those things. So it's just kind of and that's like a very Japanese cultural thing because you know, the onryo, the ghost that is a woman who is killed and comes back to haunt the, you know, the people that killed her, that dates back hundreds of years culturally. Like in Shintoism, the creator gods Izanami and Izanagi, you know, like even their story is related to that, where Izanami, the wife of like the creator god, she's killed in some way or like dies and goes to hell, and then her anger at her husband's refusal to save her from hell is what, like, she turns into one of those things and basically like curses all of Japan forever to be, you know, infested with monsters. So it's just like, yeah, it's so good. This is like a cautionary tale for men to be like, don't fuck with women, okay? Just don't hurt them, don't kill them, don't do any of that, you know, don't take advantage of them, that kind of thing. Which, hey, maybe that has like a, you know, misogynistic or very like macho feeling to it, but the overall message of like, you know, that the worst thing possible that you could do in this mythology and culture and everything is to kill a woman and cause this like infinite death curse to happen, is like, I don't know, there's something really cool or interesting about that.
Yeah, no, I feel like it shows up in a lot of media. I mean, of course, over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we want to. I mean,
it's like go through each of the stories.
Yeah, because some segments have a lot more going on than others. I'm looking at my notes, like.
Yeah, I would say the first couple are all connected. Yeah. Like pretty, they just are like, what's this character doing? You know, from this section, and like I said, they kind of go backwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't need to talk about the sections. We can just talk broadly. You know, continue talking broadly about the movie. Like, was there any moment? Because this movie kind of has gas throughout the entire thing as far as scary moments. Like, it really doesn't like build up to. I mean, it has like really good build up in each of the segments, but because it's so segmented, that means that there's always like a, oh, here's a scary moment. You know.
Yeah.
Pretty often.
One of the moments that really got me, I was let's see, I think it was the girl who's Hitami, the
Mm-hmm.
where she's just hearing the noises. She sees the guard get taken on the security camera. Then she runs to her
Right.
apartment. I love the shot where she's in the elevator and you just see Toshio on every floor as
Mm-hmm.
she's going up.
Very good.
Like her, oh, the TV glitching with the
Oh
face.
yeah, God, fucking the.
That
That is really like one of the most tense scenes in the movie, just because like you feel like she's in there. She has like the lights on in her apartment. She's turns on TV to like get her mind off of it. All of these things, and then
and I think it's
yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's her too, where I think it's her boyfriend calls or something, and she says come right
Mm.
up, and she looks out of her the little eye hole on the door, and then she sees him, and then she opens the door and he's not there. Like
Yeah.
that got me. That was really good.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would
Man.
say that the second time that we see the security footage,
Mhm.
when you see the ghost walking out of the
Yeah.
bathroom and it's just the shadow,
Mhm.
so fucking cool. Like, but also like one of those moments where you want to look away from the screen because
Mhm.
seeing the shadow like take over the entire view of the footage and then the eyes opening
Yeah.
is just like so scary. And I don't know, like that to me, like that's something from when I first watched this movie, like that is stuck in my head the hardest.
I did really
It's just a
love
super iconic scene.
mhm. The way they tied in like the covering your eyes with your fingers kind of slayed open, like that recurring
Mm,
imagery, and then the way it ties in like in the climax of the final
mm-hmm.
segment. That was really really cool. Um, but yeah. So what other how we're 22 minutes in.
Oh, I thought we're just like yeah talking about like just kind of talking generally about the movie. We don't need to, you know, be super in depth about it. I mean, I guess you're right that like we did kind of already talk a decent amount about. I don't know. I can't remember how long the episode is. Probably like 40 minutes or something like that about
Yeah.
the original movie. So, I guess like uh, seeing like there's something about the way that the V cinema, like the fact that it like looks like Akito or whatever,
Yeah, I
is
was
just
thinking about
like
like if Hurricane would be there in this
yeah,
canon.
yeah. Is like for some reason I just find that a little bit more creepy. I think you lose a little bit of that when it transitions to a higher quality camera, like in this. Whereas, I think about
Hmm.
one of the stuff like Agito or Kugo, which are very horror adjacent shows, and there is some genuinely like really off-putting, creepy. Even when you're like, especially almost if you're watching it in like the 60 FPS versions that you
Yeah,
can
with
find, that's
that
just
had
like
like
very
digital video shit. Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, I would say that like this is it's like loses me a little bit there, and in general, like I think that because the movie is so it's not as novel the second time doing the whole like all right, here's this house, people living in it, each of them dying in like a fucked up way. They do, like you said in that one story, they're able
Hmm.
to with Hitomi, like they're able to like create a really really unnerving set piece, and there is a lot of like great moments. These movies are really good at those like out of the corner of your eye,
Hmm.
like here's a fucked up thing, like oh here's the ghost over here.
Yeah.
And like the characters, sometimes they acknowledge it or notice it, sometimes they don't. It's
Hmm.
just for the viewer to see. Uh, those
I
are that's a really good yeah. Go ahead.
mhm. I do think that you would really like the Netflix show,
Yeah.
because they managed to keep the feeling of Ju-on, but I feel like they add a structure where it's like parts of it are like a police procedural for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know, that just it feels like it gave something more to like latch on to.
Yeah.
Uh,
I agree, and I do like the moments of like I like them going to what's his face, the detective guy, and to Toyama.
Yeah.
And he's like with his daughter at that point, and he's immediately like, don't fucking talk to me about that fucking house. When they're, I don't want to go back there. I'm having to get entwined in it. That feels, like a classic paranormal detective story kind of thing. And then it's like very tragic that when they do like a storyline that takes place a few years later with his daughter, now a teenager, that's
right. Okay.
Like she, suffers. She has her mom is insane, and like she suffers like pretty badly from, the psychosis of the curse, and similar to Ring, like the beginning of that movie. It's like, oh, her and her friends, they just went and did this urban legend thing, and they didn't think anything of it, but they went missing, and then she is the only one left, so she is just kind of like going crazy in her home, and then it's like then her like dead friends appear as ghosts.
I do gotta say about her though. Yeah. I left a note about this because like right before she gets killed, she's one that gets pulled into the shrine. She does the worst job I've ever seen in any horror movie, barricading herself into a
That's room. Right. I was like, because she puts a couple light pieces of furniture in front of the sliding door.
It's a sliding door, so she puts a chair on wheels in front of it, and then she puts like a broom in the gap between the sliding door.
I was gonna say, like, would that help? Like, no. Would that do anything?
She would not have survived a saw trap. She did not have the will to live that Jigsaw's looking for.
But yeah, that's like just a very good little, but it's weird that it doesn't happen at the end. Again, it's all out of chronological order, and everything. That's like, there's still like 20 minutes of the movie or whatever left after that point, even though that's chronologically the furthest in the timeline.
And the next chapter is called Kayako, even though Rika is still the focus kind of it.
Yeah, but then there's some weird business with it. It's like, oh, is she Kayako the whole time? Like, was she the ghost that killed everybody and not Kayako?
I think what it was is that when she came down the stairs and she did the thing with her fingers, that was like Kayako possessing her. That's why the husband came downstairs and assumed saw her as Kayako and went to break her neck again or something.
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah, so, like I think that's true, but showing all the scenes of like, oh, here's all the people throughout the movie who died, but it's her face instead of Kayako's. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that that's implying that she killed them, just that it's left vague.
Yeah, it's not and then
yeah, it's more like she's like sharing her feelings or like her consciousness or whatever, like they're becoming connected, so she's going to relive that traumatic death, which I think is like a very weird way to end this movie. So again, I can also but that shot of Kayako coming down the stairs,
so
I think it's even scarier than the previous movie, and like her reaching out to Rika and like the eyes just covered in blood and everything, like that is one of those shots that's just like burned into my memory forever.
There's no way the fucking Sarah Michelle Gellar shot, like equivalent shot in that movie is anywhere near as good.
It's just like, it's because it's scary, but it's also very sad. Like you can see in that one moment, like all of the misery and hatred and like sorrow that's in this lady for something that she had no control over. Just like this guy abusing her and like taking in all of the stuff, and then accusing her of cheating on him, which did not happen. Killing the son because he thinks like, oh, he was son with that guy, not with me.
Very,
Um,
very weird character to have be a recurring villain, I would
mhm.
say. Um,
Yeah,
I am curious just because I know the Ring sequels get incredibly dumb. Uh,
right.
I, but I have a feeling that at least they don't get as dumb as like the Ju-on movies don't get as dumb as those.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
like that, yeah, that's another thing that you mentioned with it feels like in this that I guess Sadako is also similar, but like especially with Kayako that like yeah, in the first movie she's kind of explained as a little bit of a shut-in, kind of a quiet lady who is maybe has a little bit of a stalker tendency because she writes in her diary about that doctor guy
Mhm.
all the time, but not a bad person, not like an evil or
Yeah,
malicious or even like specifically vindictive. It really does seem like, oh, it's just her hatred towards her husband that caused this curse to be formed. Like all the negative energy around the act
mhm.
just caused this curse to be formed. Whereas, like, they make it kind of clear in Ring that Sadako is just a fucked up evil girl. She's just like
Yeah, bad seed.
they're like, we have to kill her, and
Mhm.
they push her down the well and everything, and then she's like, fuck everybody now. So she's evil, but also has a good reason to be taking revenge. Whereas like Kayako, it doesn't feel like it's a conscious thing of like, oh, here's this person with a with
No, she's not a malice
with
with
sense.
motive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just pure hatred for like it's just like the evil of that act.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's like it's not really like, oh, she's a person. That's why it can't be reasoned with, is because it's not about being, like it's not like a ghost in the Western sense of like, oh, somebody with unfinished business that
Because
you
you
can
got to put it to
communicate and
rest.
like, yeah, they can pass on to the next life.
Mhm.
It's just like this evil psychic imprint of this.
Of a horrible thing.
Yeah. So that to me, I don't know, really like
That is
separates.
that is
That's like
and
a
also
J
far
horror.
scarier than a traditional
Mm.
ghost.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, because like yeah, there's literally nothing that you can do in order to put an end to this other than all right, just don't interact with that. Just don't go there. Just don't go to that house.
Hmm.
Stay the fuck away from anybody who has gone to that house. You
Yeah.
know, it's just like a inescapable curse. So all right. Is there anything else that
No,
we have to
I
talk
mean
about with the?
it's a shame that we can only milk 32 minutes out of it, but
Yeah,
what
yeah.
can you
I
do?
mean, but that's not to say that it's a bad movie. I thought it
Yeah,
was really
not at
good.
all.
It's just like, uh, you know, it's just kind of a simple movie to
Mm.
talk about because like I said, it's very similar to other movies that we've talked about and everything.
Yeah, I mean, we did already cover one of them, so I mean that's why we did like
Mm,
Black Phone. We combined them into one episode.
yeah, I figured if there was enough time between, because it was like September or whatever when that was uploaded, and
Yeah.
then sometime before that when we recorded it. Um, but
Hmm.
yeah, we're
Well,
done.
would you like to know what we're watching next?
I would. Why don't you tell
Well,
me?
I've been seeing all these ads for Scream 7 where they're partnering with like
Oh God.
Polymarket apps and with AI,
Mm,
Facebook, Meta, whatever. And I'm like, you know
okay.
what? We're gonna go back. We're gonna watch the 1990s Wes Craven directed horror classic that is known for mixing in some comedy with some clever commentary, has a beloved
Mm.
cast. We are, of course, talking about not Scream, The People Under the Stairs.
Right. Okay. I knew some stupid twist was coming. but
God, fuck Scream so much. Oh, wait.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, oh. Ah, but I've actually never seen this movie, but
Me neither.
I didn't want to watch it just for the band, but I do have an actual interest in seeing it because it
Yeah,
stars you've seen Twin Peaks, right?
yeah, of course.
It stars a pair of actors from Twin Peaks. I'd be very happy to see them.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's man. I haven't seen the third season of Twin Peaks. I have seen 1 and 2, or the first 2 seasons. But you know,
they're in the first 2 for sure.
Okay, yeah. But I haven't seen it. It's crazy. I should go back and rewatch because it's been a long time since I watched Twin Peaks and then didn't watch the third season. This was around the time that The Return was coming out that I watched through season 1 and 2, but then never got around to finishing it. So I should just go and start over again and
Firewalk with
that. Yep, and Firewalk with Me, and just every David Lynch movie. Mulholland Drive, get that in there. Eraserhead, why not?
I do have I think it's Inland Empire. I have on my list for this show because I'm pretty sure that's a horror movie, and it's also 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, we gotta get more ridiculously long movies in here. I don't think that I don't know. The horror movies don't tend to be ridiculously long. So
what the longest movie we've covered is.
That's true. That is a pretty long movie. So. Oh yeah, but those are paced so well that I just completely forgot. But all right, Cody, plug yourself. Where can we find you on the internet?
I'm here on my YouTube channel, Cody J. Briscoe. I recently put up a roller coaster vlog, and it's about to pass 500 views in less than a week.
Nice.
So I'm excited for that. It hasn't happened. My last video that's cracked 500 was the commentary I did on Jason Capital, the Barclay
Right.
You can find me on IMDb to see all the film roles I've had. I just shot a movie called Nemesis 6, where I played a homeless guy named Kenny who gets accosted by an android.
Okay.
What else? You can find me on Twitter. Please don't name it's just the same. It's Gay Boomhauer. It's stupid consciousness stuff.
Right.
Find you.
Going over to Blue Sky, Wasp Ranger, WAZP Ranger, most of the stream of consciousness stuff, but I do post about videos I'm making, podcasts I'm doing. If you do want to check out what I have going on, there's my channel, It's Only Magic. It's mostly cartoon related stuff. There's the podcast Cartoon Buffoons, and if you want to support that, $3 and you can get the episodes a week early. If you only got $1, that's fine. You get bonus stuff. We just started doing shit shooters again, so that's a good time where it's just like, oh, me and a guest pick like what's a couple things we did that past week, and then we talk about it. So yeah, and that's up there for $1. So if you want to hear me and Wayne talk about that, then go ahead, go on there.
I'll have to pop in there sometime.
Yeah, I would love to do shit shooters with you because, you know, I don't know. There's sometimes where I like watch something or read a book or do whatever, and I'm just like, I have nobody to talk to about this. Yeah, so it's just good to have that.
That's notorious the podcast where drinking is allowed. So it's a
yeah. But all right, that'll do it for this kind of short episode of Horror Hole.
Almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta join us next time though, as we talk about what the fuck is the name of the movie? The People Under the Stairs.
Correct.
See you there.
Exactly.